Chances are, if you've clicked into this video, then you've either seen or played Crash Bandicoot 4 It's About Time. If you haven't, then I highly recommend checking it out. I'm actually making this video because in the month of July you can download Crash 4 for free from PlayStation Plus. If you're seeing this later, the game has plenty to offer, so if you like challenging platformers, you will definitely get your money's worth. In a nutshell, Crash 4 is a reboot of the classic PlayStation platformer that has the player attempt to go through many levels and beat bosses. Historically, the player was awarded a bonus gem for breaking all of the crates in a level. Crash 4 has revamped that, and now the player gets gems for breaking all the boxes, collecting up to 80% of the Wumpa, a hidden gem in every level, and not dying more than 3 times. The game has a base of 38 levels, 5 bosses, all those done again but inverted, 21 flashback tapes, and time trial relics for each level. Oh, and don't forget that doing each level getting all the gems without dying even once rewards you with the insanely perfect relic. Your gameplay will vary greatly as you collect the various quantum masks that give Crash and Coco special abilities. And by doing all these things, you'll be rewarded with the accomplishment of reaching the legendary 106%. Sounds easy, right? There's plenty to do for a casual playthrough, and I could see the average person sinking in well over 100 hours to finish everything. This may seem a little intimidating, but worry not, for there may be some good news for you. Let's break down the speedrun.com categories and shop to see if there's something that stands out for you. Warning, if you are interested in playing and are worried about spoilers, be sure to like and subscribe and come back when you finish the game for yourself. Now, an important thing to note is that PC is the most common platform, but there are leaderboards for each platform with very small differences. This means that you are able to play any way you want without being at an inherent disadvantage. Jumping into it, we'll see that any percent is the main attraction for Crash 4. Record right now is 1 hour and 12 minutes by Mr. Hobby94, who has dedicated hundreds of hours to perfecting his game. Any percent requires the player to go through the base game and ends upon beating the final boss, Cortex. To add on to this slightly, we do have the All Timelines category, which requires the player to do the not necessary levels featuring the other playable characters of the game, Tana, Dingo, and Cortex. Any percent is made for the person that likes to go fast and hit precise lines. Immediately, the run begins by optimizing your speed and slide spins to get to the endpoint as quickly as possible. Boxes are not your problem and typically will only be broken to get you ahead. The beauty of this category is that the skill ceiling is extremely high while the barrier to entry is extremely low. Obviously, you can do as much homework as you want, but I find the best way to have a good time and improve gradually is to just start a timer and play the game. This game, much like Crash 1, progresses in a linear fashion, requiring the player to complete each level in a specific order, eliminating the need for special routing. Gradually, you can add more and more tricks to your repertoire to save some time. You'll find that almost every level has tech or a skip to go faster. Notably, the different masks have allowed players to break the game to pieces. Ika Ika allows the player to invert gravity. However, with proper lineups and experimentation, players have found ways to go out of bounds and skip near entire levels. KangarooPower allows the player to slow time. But because Crash 4 was developed using Unreal Engine, the player can press 2 different buttons to activate and deactivate the mask. Combining this with lowering frames per second to 30 frames allows the player to dash around like Tracer. Next, we have Akano, who will turn the player into a tornado, giving a slower fall, higher jump, and lasting hitbox. Players will use this to cover large distances not necessarily intended.
Yeah.
Oh.
Cheating. We don't have to count
Was that
this
a
anymore.
wall with a map?
Oh,
Wow.
asterisk on this one. I'm gonna cry. No! What?
Yes, goodbye. So long.
This is my
no.
favorite part of the level, personally.
Designed so well.
Wow.
What
Hey,
just happened?
The run has even evolved to include a zombie mode to put Crash into an invulnerable state and skip several difficult sections. As an any percent runner, you will learn and explore where Toys for Bob did not intend. The invisible walls that hold you back will become a tool for you to utilize. However, if that doesn't sound up your alley, allow me to introduce all clear gems. This is the base completionist category for Crash 4 and has you go through all the regular levels and get all of the gems. Record is held by a good friend and the completion legend CookieNaval. He's brought the record down to 2 hours and 25 minutes. I also do an interview podcast, and you can watch or listen to Cookie and hear his story by listening to his episode on After the Split. Now let me say, all clear gems is rough. I've attempted it once, granted my game knowledge wasn't the best, but this category should not be slept on. Collecting every box can be a bit of a hassle, as the developers like to hide some of them. However, with some experience, you will learn these things and be able to move through the levels like a pro. Since you need to get the Wumpa and crate requirements, this category will not be having the player go out of bounds. This category is for the person that likes to optimize routing and get good at learning a level to its fullest. Since we do not need the insanely perfect relics, you are allowed to die up to 3 times per level without having to re-enter. This category will require the players to go through all the bonuses as well. Since you only need 80% of total Wumpa, you'll route to efficiently grab only the Wumpa necessary. Cookie has done a wonderful job of this already and is a great resource to learn from. This leaves us with the big dog of completion, 106%. 106 is going to require the best of the best to even complete. The major hurdle for many runners is the insanely perfect relics. You only need to get them on either the regular level or the inverted version, not both. Dying at all, however, will require you to re-enter, which can be very costly on time. 106 is also going to require players to do the Platinum Flashback tapes, which is grabbing all boxes on a series of trials that are unlocked by grabbing the tape from the regular game. This category is interesting since you will be attaining the Triple Spin ability after beating the base game. Triple Spin gives Crash a speed boost even in the air and unlocks a whole new way of playing through some levels. For miscellaneous categories, we have the all timelines, which we talked about. We also have 100%, which gives the player the freedom to get 100% however they would like, although it is a slightly neglected category and doesn't offer much of a difference from 106%. Lastly, we have a personal favorite of mine, which is the flashback tapes. This is a much shorter category that allows you to play Crash 4 however you like. Platinum tapes, as we talked about, is getting all of the crates in each tape, while Sapphire is the any percent of tapes. It is very fast paced and lets you abuse Triple Spin to zoom through obstacles. If any of these interest you at all, feel free to leave a comment on this video, and while you're there, let me know what you thought. Also be sure to go to the crash4speedrun.com page, which will have all the information you need, as well as a link to the Crash HD speedrunning Discord. Thank you so much for watching, and hope you enjoy Crash 4. I will be leaving links to everything in the description below. I just wanted to take a quick second to say thank you for watching. I am not a good editor, so this was a learning process, but it's about something that I think is pretty cool. I think Crash 4 is a pretty underrated run, so hopefully this encourages people to check it out, and hey, maybe leave some feedback for me. I'm just a small creator, so if you want to see anything else, I'm thinking maybe I'll make a should you run Hollow Knight or something like that, and just let me know. Thanks.